name is Balram Prasad and I'm working with Microsoft as a senior software engineer. And in lot of demo, we have created Azure Data Factory and run the pipeline using Azure portal. In this demo, we are going to create Azure Data Factory, linked services, datasets, pipeline. We will run and monitor using Azure PowerShell. And that will give us an option where we can see how we can automate things or how we can go if we wanted to go via CI/CD. This is the one of the way we can have. But till now, we have used UI, Azure Portal UI to create whatever required resources we have for data factories. This time, let's see how we can use PowerShell to connect with the Azure portal and create data factory using PowerShell. So let's go ahead and let's open Windows PowerShell ISE. This should be installed on that. If everything install, connect AJ account, which will use to connect Azure, but this says that this is not recognized. That means that I do not have a lot of things installed on this machine. So very first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to set up execution policy for this current user, and that policy says that remote sign in. That means whatever I'm going to install, it will install everything right now. So let's do that. And then I'm going to the second command I'm running the install module called AJ, and a scope will be that this user, and it is going to pull from PS gallery. So let's see. It will take some time to fetch all the details from that gallery and will ask these pop-ups, and it will go ahead and install required packages. So in creation of Azure Data Factory, we can do by using various technology. We can use Azure CLI, we can use Azure PowerShell, we can use .NET, Python, REST API, Bicep. So in this demo, we are going to use Azure PowerShell. Maybe from next demo, I will use Bicep also for creation of Azure Data Factory. Because when we talk infra as a code, either PowerShell or Bicep we generally use, so that we can store that whatever infra we are creating into our repos and other things, and based on every time we do not have to go and do manual stuff. So now all the AJ related PowerShell module has been installed. Let's go ahead and right now if we go into Azure portal, this subscription and resource group for this subscription. So there are few RGs, but I want to create a new RG for this demo so that we don't get confused. So I'm going to create a new RG name. Let's see, this is the resource group name, Softwiz ADF RG. And if we go, that is not there. Softwiz demo, ADF demo is Softwiz demo is there, but let me create this. I have just set up a variable called resource group name, and now I can go ahead and say that hey, new resource group, this is the resource group name, and location will be east to west. So let me put this. Now if we go and try to refresh that, I should be able to, right now it is running. So now it will throw error. Why? Because I have not connected right now to account. So this connect AJ account we have to run, right? We did. Let's see that. I can go ahead and let me run. Okay. Let me run this command. Now it will pop up and ask my credential and other things, which I will give that. I provided my credentials. Now it is connecting to Azure and fetching whatever subscription is associated with this account. It is fetching all the details. So there might be multiple subscriptions. One is active, one is disabled. So one only fetched. That is the tenant, and that is the subscription right now which we have. Then we can run the set area context. This is the command, and now we can see that what ID we have, subscription ID. We can go back into here and we can grab this ID, subscription ID. We can pass subscription name also, which came out of that command. So now context is set for that subscription, and if I run one more time this command, new resource group, let's see what happens. This time it should be created. So it says that next PowerShell window that command prompt came, it means that it created. Let's go back to our subscription and let's see that if I refresh this page, yeah, so it takes some time. It comes here, softwage ADF RG has been created. Now let's go ahead and let's create ADF. I'm going to put one more variable and putting the name like softwage ADF demo factory. Let me run this data factory name. And now data factory, I'm going to run that set ag data factor v2, which is a resource group name age, whatever resource group we created, which output variable is grp and dot resource group name, and location is that whatever resource group we created, which location, that is east us, and then data factory name we are passing, and whatever output will be there, that will be stored into data factory variable. So now it is there. It will take some time to come into our portal because this is a synchronous operation. So let's see that. If we go into deployment here, let's see if something is happening. Generally, it comes here for that if we are running with the bicep and other things or ARM template, that comes that, okay, whatever deployment is happening, because that is group deployment. But yeah, here if we can see that now our factory has been there. Now we can launch Studio so that we can monitor that what is happening, whatever next we are going to create, right, with the help of PowerShell. So right now, if we go into this manage tab and if we go into link services, there is no link services. So let's go in now. Next we will create the required link services for this demo. So let me open Notepad. I want to put some JSON into Notepad and then run. So this is the name we want to have, Azure Storage Link Service, and this is the type, blob storage. And let's say I'm going to create one new storage altogether because for command we have not created. Let me go back to portal. I will create one storage. I can do that from PowerShell, but the PowerShell will heavy. I just wanted to do everything into PowerShell for ADF. So okay, so let's go to resource. Now we can grab this name and we can update this name into this JSON, and this is the name. I can go ahead and get that key for this one. Okay, let me grab this key. I can change it here and let me save this name. Let's go to C drive. Let me create one folder. Let me give this a name as service.json. Okay. And now we can come back and now we can set up the location into our PowerShell. Is some of the file we will refer from here. So let me set this set location with that C software PSH. Now if you see that C user to C PSH came right now, change the command prompt. And now let's go and let's see that how to create the link service for this blob. So if we go and creation of the link service command is set AJ data factory v2 linked service, and data factory we have to provide the data factory name, which is our output is stored into this data factory variable. Resource group is the resource group name, and then for this link service we are giving the storage name as a link service, and definition file from where we are keeping this JSON just now is saved, right? So if we go into here and if we type dr also, we can see that this storage JSON is there. So let's run this command. The command ran. Let's go back and into our ADF, right? So this is the ADF, right? So let's refresh this page. So now we can see that this is the link services created by PowerShell and given all this thing. If we test connection is from UI, you just wanted to check that all the storage and other thing is fine. So our connection is successful. Let's go ahead and create one container inside our storage. So let's go into storage. Let's go ahead and create. I just wanted to do storage one everything in manually, and then for all the things for that one will be different. So I can give a folder called, let me put that one text, one file with couple of value over there, which we will leverage that one for this demo. So let me go ahead and a new window. Let's put this one, this couple of text, and let's put that name as employee.text and John and Jane. We can put one more details, first name and last name as a this is CSV file. Let's treat that way. So I'm putting that as a first name and last name. So let's go ahead back, and now when we are going to create that our link services, let me upload this into file into our blob first, which will be treated as our source blob. So I will go ahead here and let's take this one. Let me take this, and I want to put into input folder. So let me do that. So input folder has employee.txt file. Now let's go back to our PowerShell, and for creation of this data set, let's give the other input file, input JSON file, and this JSON file says that input data set will be there, and link services will be link services we created. That is the link services, it will be for reference. And if we go and see that link services, which is name Azure storage link service we created before, and then all this is going to come. We have just seen that we have container input and input test, so that seems fine. So let's save this as a input data set. So let's save this one as a input data set JSON, right? Okay, let's go back and let's now run the command to create our input data set. So command for creation of input data set is set Azure Data Factory v2 data set, and data factory name, resource group name, and what is the input data set name, definition file. We just have all the details. Let's run this one. And let's go back, and if we go into datasets tab into author, right, and let's refresh this page. So let me refresh this. We can see that input data set is there. We have proper linked services connector, and file path is there. All this is coming right now. This is binary file, and if we go into more details, right, we can see that it is browsing. All this is coming. So let's go more into creation of that another output data set. So output data set, let's just copy that another in output data set one, and it is just normal. We are using the same linked service. If you want to use different link service, we can create one more link services to different storage or different thing. For this demo, we are using the same linked services, and the output path will be output only. So we are reading and writing into different folder only. That is what we are going to do in this demo. And let's put that output data set.json, and let's go once back to PowerShell, and let's run this one. So if we go refresh now, in few seconds, few minutes, second one is also there. So that is how we can create now data set also. So we see that how we create a resource group, how we create a data factory. We saw that how we can create that link services data set. Now we will create a pipeline. So let's go, and for pipeline also we can use the different JSON. And in this JSON we are saying that one, that's a pipeline name. Let's put that this is from quick start pipeline ADF v2, or I can change the name. Let's put that name as softpage ADF v2. Okay, that might be too much, so let me put ADF pipeline. And then what activity it will be there? It will be activity will be copy type, and name will be copy from blob to blob, and all the policy will be there. And then type property will be binary source. All this copy will happen, binary copy will happen, and input will happen with the input data set what we created. Output will be output data set. So this is details inside our pipeline will be there. So let's go ahead and create this, save this one as a software ADF pipeline. Now let's go back to our PowerShell and let's run this PowerShell. The command is set AJ data factory v2 pipeline, and data factory is data factory dot data factory name, as it is all the things which we are doing. And name we can give that name as software data file also. Let's run this one. So now this command has also ran. Now we go back into our pipeline tab, and if we refresh this thing, we can see one pipeline is there, that is called our software JDF pipeline, that has a copy activity, and that has source dataset link and sync dataset link. So that's how we created the pipeline. Now we can run this pipeline using our PowerShell also. So let's go ahead and run the pipeline. And for that, we have command invoked Azure Data Factory v2 pipeline, and we are passing the data factory name, resource group name, and DF pipeline name which got from here, and then we will get the run ID. So that also we can go ahead and do. So now it is going to run. It submitted the run. If we go into manage section, monitor section, it is running right now. So I just wanted to quickly check. Now without going into that details of that how it is running, let's see that how we can monitor that one from here. So the command is that now run, we will pass the run ID to this command and we will run. So let me run this, and it already see that it is latest and run pipeline finished, right? The status is succeed. If it is not succeeded, it has too much, then it will run it while true, and it will keep checking after each 10 second. It will sleep for 10 second, it will keep checking, and it will do. If it is run is succeed in progress in queue, it will go and not go inside. If not equals to in progress, not equals to queue, it means that either failed or either succeeded, then it will break. Either this loop will keep running. So that is the way we can monitor also the pipeline. So if we go and see the details for this pipeline inside our portal, this is succeeded. If we go inside the details, we can see that all this file has been copied, one file copied from source to location, and we can go in details for that, right? We can go in details. General run ID is that D9 and other things. We can see that this is that run ID one, run ID from here, main pipeline run ID. Let's see, A80. This is the A80 main pipeline ID. And then if we go into our in output folder has been created, and we see the name. So this is how this is working, and we can go ahead and we can run more. We can see that whatever activity run output was there and details, we can go and dig deeper into that. So if we try to go in more details, let's go. Right, let's see. So this command is for activity run also. So we were checking the pipeline run. This command gives the activity run, that what happens between last 30 minutes for this one, this run, for this run I did. So it gives the details, that okay, how the details we can see into UI, that activity output and activity input, all the details we can see it from here. And once we are done, we can remove the RG, and we can remove the data factory also based on whatever command we want to do. So this is the remove RG command is there. And then we have similar command from our data factory v2 also command is there, where we can only that remove that factory. And that is how we create generally ADF and related pipeline dataset via PowerShell. If we do not want to use UI and we want to have a script which is going to run consistently always, and we can save that one all the steps. That is how we automate things. Thank you.